Wow.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
We just did 3. And we're
It's too much. Too much.
Yeah. Maybe did 99, something like that. But I did 148 Fear Factors.
Wow.
And then I did 6 more. Then we did when it came back, and
Right.
6 or 7 more. So I think we did 7. But
148.
yeah, that was preposterous. That was when I was losing my mind.
And was it even one a day, or was it less than one a day?
No, one took 3 days.
Wow.
Sometimes you could bang out 1 in 2 days. Like you could have the B stunt early in the day and the C stunt at night, like the final stunt at night.
How was
that's
that
my-
process?
You know what? Again, very fortunate. It was a great gig, plenty of money, and it was all good. And it definitely helped my stand-up because it gave me fuck you money, too. It gave me the ability to not worry about, like, having money in the bank. Because I don't have, like, extravagant tastes. I'm not too ridiculous with money. But I like feeling like I don't have to worry. Like, as soon as you don't have to worry about, okay, good, don't think about that anymore. Now think about other things. So it really helped me there. And also the preposterousness of it was a boundless source of material.
Yeah.
It was just such a ridiculous
I
show.
loved it. I hosted a spin-off that didn't get picked up.
What was it called?
Say Uncle. Hurwitz's show too.
Was it?
And
I love Dave.
and I was writing on the Man Show, and that's how I knew David Hurwitz, who was producing Fear Factor. And they had a show called Say Uncle, which I later parodied in the De Niro movie I wrote, the comedian, called like Stop Uncle or whatever it was. But anyway, one of the big things was a contestant got in a turkey pen, and we like put maple syrup all over him, and he rolled around, and these like birds like pecked at him, and his family's there watching, and he starts bleeding, and I stopped the thing, and the producers were mad, like, you can't stop in the middle. I'm like, the guy's crying. I go, and it was just a total disaster. You could tell it was going to be a big hit, but it was risky. And then I remember going to Jimmy Kimmel's like premiere party for Jimmy Kimmel Live, and I saw the head of ABC there. And I'd never done this in my entire life. He was like getting a drink, and I walked over and I said, "Please don't pick it up."
Really?
I said, "Yeah, it's rough. It's gonna be too hard to stand behind.
Really?
We're torturing people."
Whoa.
And they didn't pick it up. And he just kind of looked at me and smiled.
What
and
year is this?
This would have been 2003.
Yeah, that was right after Fear Factor was first launched. When those shows, what happens is you get used to one thing, and so you have to do something that's bigger and better the next year.
Yeah.
And so when we came back, I felt uncomfortable with a lot of the shit. They know how to do it. Like these stunt guys are top of the food chain. But they were doing some sketchy shit. Like one of them, we had these people chained to a tree. With bungee cords that were attached to a helicopter. Okay,
Wow.
and they had to figure out the right locks to unlock the bungee cord or the straps that keep them to the tree. And then as soon as they do, they undo the strap and they go fucking shooting out into space, into the center of this gigantic canyon, and they're bouncing underneath this helicopter.
Wow.
And I remember thinking, like, this doesn't.
Yeah.
If we could do this 1,000 times, one of them, someone's going to die.
Of course.
One of them, someone's going to die, and it might be the next one.
But it never happened.
We got lucky, dude. I really feel like we got lucky. I really, really, honestly, 100% feel like we got lucky. There was a few things. First of all, there's a certain amount of risk that you take whenever you're doing anything like jumping a car off of a building roof, which we did. We had people fly cars across a moving train. Okay, there's risk involved in that, right? But the one that scared the shit out of me the most was bull riding. We had people ride bulls. It was the only time I told contestants, don't do it. I'm like, if you want to ask me, I would say, don't do it.
On air?
No. Before on air, I mean, I gave them the standard.
Right.
But when, I would talk to them, I'd say, look, this is up to you, right? I mean, if you want to go on, I mean, people do know how to ride bulls, but you don't know how to ride a bull. We're not teaching you how to ride a bull. You're not going through classes. You're not slowly but surely building up your techniques.
Right.
You're just going to go ride a bull.
Right.
Don't do that.
Right.
Don't do that. That's what I would say.
Right.
And we had this girl. She was like 98 pounds. She got launched off the back of this bull. And look at this. These people went fucking flying. Like, look at that. That thing's kicking.
You got to know how to fall, too.
Barely misses them when it's kicking. I mean, they're wearing helmets and shit. But look at this.
Wow. Hit her.
I mean, come on, man. Look at this. I mean, the fall, the way she felt like that is like getting hit in the back of the head with the world.
Yeah.
So, like, my personal feelings about trauma and about what's dangerous and shit like this is a no especially for a 90-pound woman like this poor lady.
Oh my goodness!
And she got up.
Cute little fella I was back then. Yeah, she got up, man. She was tough as shit. But everybody, I feel like in that one, I feel like we got lucky. I feel like we rolled the dice. Because if they stomp you, they lacerate livers and crush, crush spleens, and they can stomp you. The funny thing was those stunt guys are so fucking tough. Those guys are so used to putting their ass on the line that they don't think anything about someone doing something risky.
Right.
To them, that's what you do. You show up for work.
Right.
And
that's definitely a different in your head, like alpha something.
They're animals.
To have to do that.
Well, they're like fighters.
To crave that.
Or
you know?
like
you got to wonder what the
wrestlers.
family's saying. You know, does it keep them from having a family? Who's going to marry you if you're throwing your life on the line unrelated to war or famine?
Well, I think there's a certain allure to it. Remember that TV show, The Fall Guy?
Yeah. How about Evil Knievel? Women loved him.
Women loved Evil Knievel.
I guess that's a good point.
Women love risk takers. They like BMX guys that do those flips and shit. And
those guys are those guys really.
That shit.
And now they have the parkour guys where they like climb up a building with no any kind of.
That's what you should do, Dave. So you could smoke. You should do parkour.
Sit
outside.
on a iron grid.